Yeah, hi everybody. This is Ryan back out here with you again. It's Wednesday, May 13th. Just got back on the road yesterday, so kind of after almost a week and a half, kind of glad to be getting back out and making some good money again. First of all, I kind of wanted to get into our update here. I wanted to give a shout out and thanks and some appreciation to the Asian Mai Show channel. He'd contact us asking us about using some of our settlement statement clips to get that information out there. And we've got a lot of people that have came over to our channel and kind of supporting us for that. So we really appreciate that. Also, I did want to kind of add with that last statement that we had that we posted. That was on a 16-day trip, and that was kind of a short, the tail end of it there. Like I said, I do long haul, so I kind of look at my income per trip. I have the 2 other settlement statement videos from that trip posted on our channel. So if you want to go back and look at those and kind of get the whole picture. But we were, the first week I was out, I was like at $28.50 after every fuel and all the expenses Landstar takes out. And the second week I was like at $3,100. So for that total trip, I was about $7,000, excluding my truck payment and my comp collision on the truck. Which I'm not in a lease deal or anything like that. I have a purchase loan note through BMO Harris Bank on the truck that I have, because I bought a used truck. So I got roughly $1,300 a month, a little bit less than that. So I break it down to about $3.25 a week. And my insurance through First Guard is $135 a month, so about $35 a week on that. So I'm at about $360 that I have to take out, to figure my cost. Additionally, what I show you on the statements. The statements are accurate, other than that extra $360. So that's all in after I take that $360 out. So basically, on that last 16-day trip I was on, like I said, $7,000 net after Landstar fuel and all that. To me, and then I take about another $1,000 roughly for my other expenses that aren't on my settlement statement, my truck payment, my First Guard insurance. So for 16 days in the COVID-19 market, I don't think $6 is too bad. A lot of people are sitting at home on unemployment, not working at all. I got a buddy that works for YRC. I sent him a text asking if he was laid off, asking if he's back to work yet, and he didn't even respond to me. So I'm guessing that's a no, unfortunately. But that's kind of where I was on that, and I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. So if you want to kind of check those other ones out and kind of get the whole, like I said, I'm not going to put out a settlement video for last week because I was at home and I did that short load, then I had those couple loads cancel, or I had one load canceled, then I had to cancel the other one, which I hate doing. Just gonna feel bad about having to call an agent and cancel a load if somebody else screwed me. But they kind of dropped the ball, and I kind of picked it back up and ran with it here. I got to go load ice cream cones out of not too far from the house, about 45 minutes, right over across the PA line. It's got 5 stops. I have to drive during the day, and I have to go to grocery houses. So all the stuff I don't like to do. So I was wanting to get a video out yesterday, but just kind of, like I said, I hate driving during the day. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it. If you're one of these day driver, 9 to 5 driver, I don't know how you do it. My hat's off to you, because I can't do it. This is going to be a struggle for me just to get through the next day and a half here, because I got a delivery in Rock Island in the morning, then I got to run over down south of Des Moines. I got to be over there by 1 o'clock, and then I got to run up to Cherokee, Iowa, Friday morning. Then I got to load down in Omaha, then I'm picking up. But anyways, I got a pretty good rate. I think I was at $270 per mile on this ice cream cone load, and so like 1,044 miles or something. So not too bad of a rate, that's Landstar rate, of course. I've got everything broken down, trip total here. I'll throw those numbers out in a minute. But so I got that load. It terminates Friday morning. Then I got a load out of Omaha that's picking up Friday afternoon, going out to Vegas. Pretty late load, not too bad. I think it was like at $240 a mile on the Landstar board rate. The other thing with this ice cream I'm on now, that was a drop and hook pickup, so that was a plus, and they're really light. They're like 12,000 pounds. So I got that other load after this one out of Omaha, going to Vegas. Then I got a load out of San Bernardino, or Moreno Valley, down in there, Moreno Valley, picking up Friday night, so I'll be hopefully back on the night schedule this weekend with that Vegas load. But I can pick up that it's a drop and hook Harbor Freight load going out to Neosho, Missouri, out there by Joplin. And that was at $2 on the load board rate, so they've kind of went down a little bit out there, but it's a drop and hook pickup, and I go in there in the middle of the night, and that gets me pretty close, a day's drive from home. So I should be able to find something halfway decent in Missouri getting back home. But I just ran all the numbers on this. So these 3 loads puts me to the truck. This is not the Landstar rate. This is after I've done the math, my rate to the truck. I'm at $6,046.58. So that's with the 65% of the line haul, 100% fuel surcharge, and with this ice cream cone load I'm on right now with the 5 stops, it has some accessory pay for the stops that I get a little bit more on the rate. So, and I got a total of 3,823 miles, and that puts me, then I should still be able to get something, hopefully from Missouri back home, so I can put a little bit more icing on the cake here. But for that miles and for that rate, it puts me at an average over the trip at $1.60 to the truck. So I don't think that's, in this market, that's too bad. You know, I usually like to be up around $1.80 or so, which I've done in the past, but with the rates I'm seeing, and I hear from everybody else, I mean, the volume seems to be picking back up. Like I said, I don't think these are too bad of loads and too bad of money. But I figure I'll probably be in about $1,500 in fuel on this, coming out of this 6,000. And then if I take, you know, a week and a half worth of truck payment insurance, maybe take out another $600 or so, so it's like $2,100. So I mean, I'll probably be around $3,500 on, you know, that after all expenses. For I left yesterday, Tuesday the 12th, and I'll be delivering down in Neosho on the 22nd. I believe that's Friday, next Friday. So that's 10 days basically, a week and a half, $3,500 after all expenses. So I don't think that's too bad in this market. So especially with Landstar's little the expenses I have and at a 65% rate, I don't think that's too bad. But yeah, so just wanted to put that out there. And I kind of wanted to get into something else too a little bit. One of the reasons I wanted to start doing this, and I talked to my wife, is like I see a lot of stuff out there that's just, it's people saying, oh, I'm doing $25,000 a month pulling a flatbed in Texas and I'm home every day. And but then you never see anybody backing it up. So you know, and the truck driving community is not the there's a lot of storytellers out here, a lot of fibbers and all that. And this is, when you kind of come over the owner-operator side from a company driver, this is a big risk. I mean, this is a serious business. I mean, you can easily, if you get into the wrong deal, I mean, it can haunt you for several years. I mean, it can destroy your credit. I mean, if you get truck repossessed through one of these lease deals, you might end up owing somebody, you know, 10 grand. My dad went to one of these companies that was on the 12% dispatch program, 12% dispatch fee, where they're giving 88%. And the thing you have to look at with those deals, here a lot of guys talking about, I can go over here and get 88%, and I'm like, okay, well, what are you? There's always a catch in this business, always. It seems like some of these companies, I think they make more money off conning drivers, off all these fees and everything else, than they actually do off the freight that they're having you pull. But this deal that he went, I'm not going to give you guys the name of the company, because I'm not going to, it wasn't me. I just had this information from him, so I don't want to give a review on a company when I wasn't there. But I kind of tell you with those deals, they are going to make you pay for everything. He was paying, they promised, okay, here's what they told him when he came on. They said, okay, we're going to give you, you're going to get a brand new trailer, and it's $750 or $800, I think it was $800 a month. And after 2 years, you own it. It's your trailer. You can go do whatever you want with it, you know. So that was the first thing. Then they said, well, we got guys grossing $8,000 a week out here, and they sent them like one settlement or a couple invoices or something for like $8,000 a week. And I was like, I have a hard time believing somebody is going to consistently make $8,000 a week out here. Like I said, there's always a catch in this business. So when somebody's telling you something's too good to be true, it probably is. And so that's kind of that. But with that, they didn't really tell him a lot of the other stuff. So he gets and then they told him like, oh, it's 100% our freight. There's no brokered freight at all. It's all our freight. So he gets over there. He's pulling a 2012 trailer that's falling apart. He goes and picks it up, and it's so he pretty much had to put it out of service before he could even start working. Needed brakes, tires, everything, junk, total junk. When he's supposed to be getting, he's paying almost $800 a month for this junk trailer, and they promised him a brand new 2019 on day one, which he was there for a month and never did get a new trailer. They kept saying, oh, go here and go there and go there, and never did get it. they were charging trailer insurance, $150 a month, I think, for that. And then his, trucking, they make you pay for all your trucking liability insurance and all that type of stuff. Where, over here we pay about, it's $22 a week. He was paying like $800 for that. So I think, like, with everything they were nickel and diming him for, he was like in $2,000 a month, I think he was at, before he even left the house. So you can't even, how are you going to take time off? That's excluding a truck payment, any type of truck payment or anything like that, or your comp and collision coverage. So I mean, if you got, a $2,000 a month truck payment, you're over $4,000 before you even leave the house. I mean, how are you even supposed to take a week off or half? You can't take any time off at that with that type of overhead, basically. I mean, unless if you want to make money. So and then they take your plates and everything else out on your first settlement. So he gets his first settlement and he's like negative $1,800 or something. So he ends up owing them. I think you work all week or for 10 days and you end up owing them. And then he calls in and asks about it. I'm like, well, we can give you a loan. So it's like these people, and I actually I found one review on this company in question, and it was kind of the same story. And the guy ended up owing him like $12,000, because he kept running, just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper in. And then you end up owing these people $10,000, $15,000, and they're going to come after you for it. So you got to be really careful with some of these deals out there. And I said, he kept telling me about it. He's like, you should come over here. And I'm like, this don't sound like, doesn't sound like a good deal. Something ain't driving here. I mean, when something's too good to be true in this business, 99% of the time it is. So just be aware of that when somebody's promising the moon and the stars. But I know I talk Landstar a lot. Landstar has worked well for me. I'm not affiliated with them and recruit. I don't do any recruiting. There's no referral. They don't. As far as I know, they don't do any referrals. So if I know I had somebody ask me if they could use my name, and I told them, as far as I know, they don't do referrals, and that's not what I'm putting this information out here for, anyways. Like I said, there's a lot of people that tell fibs and like throw these big numbers out there, but then you never show me the money, and that's what I don't like, because it's a serious business. And if you're giving guys information out here, just throw stuff, I don't think that's right. So like I said, I'll show you what I have. I'm not, if I have a bad week, I have a bad week. I need to show you, it is what it is. So, but I look at it as a whole trip. I look at it as a monthly thing. I mean, I like to be $7,000, $8,000 in a month, and that puts me up around $80,000, $90,000 a year. And that's for doing what I want to do and being home when I want to be home and taking time off when I want to be home. And like I said, the other thing, I don't have these huge amounts of expenses at Landstar. So if I want to sit home at 2 weeks, I don't have a trailer rental racking up on me. I mean, basically, if I sit home for 2 weeks, when I come back to work, they're going to take $300 out of my first settlement for, the stuff, the EOD and just the little stuff. So it ain't like I'm going to come back to work and owe them $1,500 for taking a week and a half or 2 weeks off. So it's just like everything's out in the open. So like I said, it's worked for me, but it may not work for you. It depends a lot on your personality. Some people like a dispatcher to push them. I just kind of like being independent. I like to call in, look at the loads myself, and do my own due diligence and all that. So it's worked for me. Like I said, it may not work for you. It may not work for this guy, or So it is what it is. So you make it, you make it your own. But the last thing I want to put on this video, I've seen a lot of comments. I got guys saying, Landstar has triple brokered freight, triple brokered, double brokered freight, and garbage and this and that. Yeah, there is a lot of that out there. But the nice thing about the Landstar board, and I'm going to do some more videos on this, and my wife just got me some software so I can actually do screenshots on my computer, so I'm not using my phone. So we're kind of getting better, getting a little more high tech. But what was I going to say? On the search board, you can actually search for direct shipper freight. And that's what I do. So you can filter out anything that's double brokered or going through other brokers and do only Landstar business. And that's what probably 80% of the freight I haul is Landstar business. I don't typically haul brokered freight outside of Landstar unless I'm stuck somewhere, or sometimes they will be good rates on it occasionally that they'll pop up and I'll take them. But normally the business I do is Landstar direct shipper, and that's our agents going out and getting that business. And I have respect for those people that do that, because I mean they get better rates. So you know, I think they're entitled to it. I mean, if I'm getting the rate I want, then you know it doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't concern me what they're getting, as long as I'm getting what I want, and I think it's a fair rate. So we can complain, you know, argue that till the cows come home, I guess. But that's my thought on, like I said, I like the Landstar freight is usually, it pays a lot better, and you have a lot better experiences with the customers. I mean, it's more there's more communication with the agent and with the company, so usually have a lot better experiences. A lot of times they'll let you, they'll load, you know, they'll load you early. They'll let you have overnight parking sometimes. It's just a lot more cordial experience, I guess you could say. So now I kind of threw a lot more out there than what I wanted to. I just had a lot of things I wanted to kind of cover at once. I got a couple more videos I was going to try to do. I know some people asked me about trucks and stuff, so I was going to do something kind of with leasing versus purchasing, new versus used. And it can kind of go either way. It just depends on you. So I mean, there's I'm not going to say all leases are bad. There's some good lease companies out there, but we'll get into that. And I wanted to kind of do a little overview. I never really did a truck introduction video on my truck, so I'm going to try to get one of those out this week, where I can show you what I'm kind of into and all the specs on this, and kind of answer some of those questions. But again, we really appreciate your support, and you know, a lot of nice comments out there, and we appreciate that. So if you like us, like the videos, and subscribe, and we'll keep doing what we do. So see y'all next time.